everyone, welcome to the Farside Podcast. I'm your host Landon Miker, and this is the third edition of the Farside Podcast. It's the fourth edition of the Farside Podcast. I'm already losing count, we haven't even gotten to 5. Okay. So, in today's edition, we are going to be doing something different again, because we really want to change it up, and I'm going to actually be looking at a new change to something, like a change in the system, whether it be political, something that's being added, a new invention, a new product, a new store, a new company, just some sort of change, some sort of new law maybe, and I'm going to be critiquing it or giving my opinion on it. And we tried to look for something that's stupid, because to be honest with you guys, I mean, if it's not stupid, then what's the point in doing this? And well, it wasn't that hard because we found one here. And the thing that we are critiquing today is called, let's see, let me find the name of it here. I feel like it's called, it's called the Robot Arm Security Contraption. Just by that name, it just doesn't sound good, and it doesn't get any better from there. So, what is the airport security contraption? By the way, guys, I'm going all off of paper today, so if I don't know what I'm doing, if I'm really stuttering trying to find out what information for you guys, it's because of the fact that I'm reading this all off of paper. So what is the robot arm security contraption? Well, it says here it's a new security contraption that they're adding to all airports, or hope to be adding to all airports. They haven't added it to many yet. And I'm trying to find the description for it, that it's used, so pretty much everyone uses it unless you are under the age of 12, apparently. So if you're 12 or under, you're safe, because let me tell you, I don't want to be traveling with this thing in airports or anywhere. Hopefully it doesn't get added into anything else besides airports. Anyways, so what it is this is how it's going to be set up, guys. So it's got 4 poles, so it's got like a floor. So it'll be on wheels, so you can move it around easily, right? And it's got like a metal square floor, and then it's got 4 poles, 1 in each corner of the square, and then a huge, massive black curtain thrown over top of the 4 poles, I guess, to keep it enclosed for privacy, and you'll know why in a minute. And then, I guess clipped on to each of the 4 poles are robot arms, like actual robot arms, and I don't even know what to think about this. Robot arms attached to this security contraption, I don't know, but anyways, so, and what you do is you pretty much step into this security contraption thing. There's curtains, right, like I said. You step in, you close the curtain, and the robot arms, this is what it says, guys, rip off your clothes once you step in, so make sure to bring extra clothes is what it's got here. Also, guys, by the way, this is going to be a bit more of a graphic podcast, so if you don't really want to listen to it, I suggest you tune out right now. Anyway, so the robot arms rip off your clothes once you step in, whatever. So what it'll do is then it will scan you. Like any other security thing, it'll scan you, but except it says that it actually just rips off your pants, shirt, whatever, so it won't completely take off all your clothes, but whatever. Anyways, that's what it says here. It scans you or whatever. And this is what happens if you set off the machine. If you manage to set off the machine or something, apparently this is what happens here, guys. When you set off the metal detector, 2 of the robot arms grab you under your arms and lift you up, while another one starts spanking your butt. What the heck are we? Is this a security contraption or a torture contraption? But wait, and then the other one, because there's still 1 robot arm left, right, guys, grabs your neck and slowly strangles you. Okay, I don't know what to think about that. I know we just went kind of dead air there. So I don't even want to begin with that. So that's what the robot arms do. And I guess that could be a bad issue, because what if you just set it off for any reason? For some reason, if you don't, you're not actually trying to sneak a weapon across, but you somehow manage to set it off. So you just strangle you to death. How do you get to stop? There's got to be someone manually controlling this, right? It can't just be an automatic thing where that just seems too dangerous. Anyways, so yeah, that's what it is apparently. And Also here, it's got written down, for kids 12 and under, they have to go through a metal detector still. So, yeah, I guess apparently they made this machine because of the fact that the metal detectors weren't powerful enough. Well, yeah, they didn't strangle you. I guess they aren't powerful enough. Um, and then, so, yeah, it says for kids under 12, you get to jump on a trampoline apparently through the metal detector. Well, that could be that could cause some issues. If you just jump on the trampoline back and forth, you keep setting off the metal detector. That could just, anyways, through the metal detector, and you get a prize. And apparently, so you get a prize for going through the metal detector. But get this, this is the best part of it all. One of the prizes you can choose is a mini plastic toy of the robot arm security contraption. So no, you don't have to go through it, but you can get a miniature plastic prize of the robot security arm contraption. And if this kills your parents, chokes your parents or older sibling to death, you can have a plastic model of the thing that killed your parents. That's like having a doll, a plastic doll or figurine of the person that murdered your parents. What the heck? I am just outraged by this, and I haven't even gotten to it all yet. There's a story. A family actually wrote a story on this, so just wait. I haven't lost it yet here. So anyways, that's that. And then we already went through that. And apparently, yeah, like I said, so what you do is you'll step into this machine, your clothes get ripped off. Apparently the only thing it doesn't take off are your socks and underwear. That's what it says. And then it scans you. I don't even know what to think about that, guys. Like, there's not a lot to say. It just seems like an outrageous thing. But anyways, we have a story here written by someone who I guess because they put this in a few airports already, not many. I think there's like one in the whole United States. None in Canada at this point, guys. But what happened is here's what this person wrote. So we were running late for our flight. So we had to go through security. We were running late. Our flight was leaving in 20 minutes. Well, that is kind of running late, yes. And I guess so what happened was they have 4 kids, this person, by the way. I'll inform you a bit more here because I've already read this ahead of time. I know the whole story. So this person has 4 kids, 2 older kids who are 16 and 14, and 2 younger kids who are 6 and 10 years old. So she says the 2 younger kids who are under the age of 12 went through security quickly because I guess they just bounced right through it, whatever. And they were through, and then she was first in line to go through this machine. So she went through it apparently, and then they were running late, so she just ran off onto the plane without the 2 older boys and her husband because she just thought they'd come afterwards, right? That's what she thought. And it says here, yeah, they ran off onto the plane. And then what happened was, apparently, what happened was her 16-year-old son and 14-year-old son, as well as husband, missed the flight because, and this is what doesn't make sense to me, the robot machine went off because the 16-year-old son had a metal shard in his underwear. Does that not make sense to you guys? Because that doesn't make sense to me at all. And apparently so did her 14-year-old son. So they're both, because I guess there's 2 different machines because there's 2 different lineups. They said they're going to put, I think, 4 or 5 of these in each lineup, whatever. So they're going through this, and they both have metal shards in their underwear. What the heck? This is getting to make less sense as we proceed. And so she said, though, and this is when it gets crazy. Now, at this point, if you think the security machines are crazy, this person who wrote this is crazy. Good thing they didn't put a name in here. She said that she put the metal shards in their underwear as a punishment for calling her metalhead. Well, I mean, I kind of get the reference there. Metal, whatever. So they set up this machine. They're being, like, strangled and choked or whatever by this thing. And so they were in this thing getting strangled. Well, meanwhile, she was on a plane with her 2 younger kids on the way to, California. Okay, so they're going to California. I'm not sure where they're coming from. And apparently they were on the plane, and the kids were playing with their mini models of the robot arm security contraption. That's just great. Way to add that in. So that, I guess, is the moral of the story. And so yeah, I guess that It doesn't say here what happened to the 2 older kids. I mean, we know they missed the flight. Did they like get strangled to death? I don't really know. Doesn't actually say. It just ends with that. Okay, is that like that? That's supposed to be a comical ending. Well, it's not. And oh, it looks like I'm getting a call here, guys. I'll be right back. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just had to leave off because we're getting a call. So let's let this caller say what he has to say. Are you there, caller?
Landon, I am a robot and I'm going to get my hands on you after what you said.
Oh, they hung up. That's great. Okay. Well, that was a lot to say. Thanks for that, anonymous caller. I was a bit skeptical about it. Sorry about that, guys. Well, I don't know if someone's just that could just be a prank call. I hope it's not a robot trying to get a hold of me after that. So there is a follow-up on this story, though. While we were on a quick commercial break there, our team was able to get a follow-up on this story. Apparently what happened is, so they did not die, but they had to cut the robot arms off, and it's now stuck to their neck and their arms. It just stuck to them. So the robot hands are apparently stuck to them for life. I don't know how that's even funny. And apparently they did miss their flight, and they did not end up going to California. So as for that, though, that's for the 2, the 16-year-old and 14-year-old now have robot arms stuck to them for life. That's great. And I guess that's about it for this episode. Okay, well, I have to give my final opinion on this airport security contraption. So by now I think we've gotten it. I mean, technically there's 2 contraptions here, but the one we're supposed to be focusing on is the robot arm security contraption. Here's what I'm going to say about it. If it ever makes it to any more than like 1 airport, because that's all it's in right now, that would be scary. And I hope after that it gets taken out, because I can foresee there being a lot of suings going on around this thing. Because I mean, come on, I mean, if it's choking people to death, I don't foresee it being safe in any way. So my final opinion on this is it's got to be a fake thing. It can't be real. But apparently they are trying to make it a more popular common security thing that they're going to use. It definitely needs some adjustments. It needs some fixing if it's going to become a thing, and it needs more boundaries. It's a bit extreme right now. But anyways, guys, that's the podcast for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you weren't too disturbed by this contraption, because let me tell you, it's something, guys. Anyways, I am going to be gone this weekend. I'm going away, so I will not be here for this weekend's podcast. I will have someone else fill in for me, so it won't be me here on Saturday's podcast, because that's when our next podcast is coming. It'll be someone else filling in for me. There'll be a substitute host for the day. But yeah, guys, I'll be back next week sometime your way with another podcast. I don't know what it's going to be about yet. See you next week, guys. Have a great Thursday, because it's a Thursday today. And have just a great weekend, and I'll see you guys when I'm back. That was the 4th edition of the Farside Podcast. Now, signing out.